What's up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to My Hero Academia, the final season, or season 8, this time with episode 4. Banger episode last week with Bakugo being pretty much the main focus of the whole episode. Some amazing action sequences in there, which I loved. And yeah, just an awesome episode, especially for the Bakugo fans, which I know I think he's perhaps the most popular character in the series. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, lots of fan service stuff in that regard for you guys. Very much looking forward to seeing how we continue that off today, though. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. I think the vibes last episode were just awesome, weren't they? Lots of really awesome moments. We got. It looks like I've got some cells there. So I don't know about you guys, but obviously I've never remember being a fetus. But I can't even really remember too much of like when I was like 1 or 2 or 3, like anything under the age of like 8 or 9. I don't really remember too much of, to be honest. Oh. Isn't that just awful? Was she drinking alcohol? Yeah, lovely. I was gonna say it's awful that well, it's awful that she's drinking alcohol on the street like that. But I was gonna say before I noticed it was alcohol. It's pretty awful that they you let a woman, even if she is drinking like that, you let a woman on just be pregnant on the streets like that. It seems pretty fucking yeah. I think that'd be somewhere for her to go. But yeah, again, clearly you shouldn't ever do anything like that. You see that a lot nowadays. People, it's like fetal alcohol syndrome, isn't it? With like really wide spread eyes, I think is. Whatever it is, it's very noticeable, isn't it? I think it affects your vision to some extent. I can't remember what actually adverse effects it does have for the child, but apart from looking dodgy, I think it does slightly affect their vision, but I could be wrong saying that. Were those shots with Bakugo in this opening before? I feel like they weren't. The day has come. But yeah, I gotta apologise, guys. I'm feeling quite sniffly, to be honest with you. My nose, yeah, feeling great. Hopefully, so I spoke about this last week, didn't I? I was like, what relevance does this baby have now? I mean, it does. I mean, the thing that comes to my mind here is like the X-Men, of course. It was a bit similar. Poor kid. I don't get too close. Ain't no one want to see this. Oh, it's not even. Ugh. It's not even. Not even what you think it is. It's actually worse. What the fuck? Literally not even. I thought that was breastfeed. Like, yeah, it's literally drinking her blood. Jesus Christ. So really, I mean, you probably would remember your childhood if it was like this. Yeah. Fucking hell. I mean, the circumstances they were born under. Yeah. Literally sucked her dry in every regard. Jesus. Took her ability. God damn, this is quite a ruthless start to this episode. And again, I said no one wants to see this. Unfortunately, in the real world, you have to see things like this, much worse things like this happen. Yeah, he's kind of. I mean, some people see like babies as like not a parasite per se, but something similar to that anyway, of like feeding off the mother's like nutrients and such, and like taking from the mother is you could be kind of seen as a parasite in some. I've definitely heard them spoken about by like fictional characters in like movies and such in that manner. But he really is like a like a leech right from birth. Stole their quirk. I wonder what it is that kind of killed her. It's, like look at the difference between the size of the brothers right here. Like Jesus Christ, pretty incredible. The little bro survived. But yeah, I wonder what it is that like done her in. She just naturally die. I mean, I don't want to sound rude here, and she was just pregnant, but it's probably because she's pregnant. But she's quite large considering she seemed to be homeless. So I don't think it was the like malnutrition or anything. Um, yeah, I wonder what it is. Was it like him that killed her? From maybe it was the birth that killed her. They're twins, seemingly on the street. Some kind of like infection or something. Suppose the kids didn't die being born again from like infection or some kind of disease or something. And we do see here he's got like two little lumps in his arm. She had two kind of like springy lump things on her arm. So he probably inherited a quirk from birth. Yeah, that's nasty. That is. Okay, okay. So we're gonna have a pretty awful one focus episode today. Probably gonna be quite dark if it continues like this. Again, apologies guys, I'm gonna be a little bit sniffly. Yeah, no crimes killing. No kind of. Well, who's gonna teach him like a moral compass? Who's gonna teach him right or wrong or how to do anything? It's almost quite incredible they can speak. But yeah, I guess right from early on he learned he had to feed on people. He had to use people, take their stuff, didn't he? So see why I ended up how he did already. Did hero. Hero. Oh, you do become one. You do become one. In a way. wonder what that is. What? Why does he keep his brother about? The luminescent. Oh, is this the... But he absorbed his work? You telling me this guy just killed 50 babies? Wow. How big of you? Jesus. Yeah, why? I haven't. That like Martin Luther King. I have a dream. Except this one is disturbing as fuck. Reminds me of that fucking horrible song. I have a dream. You guys remember that shit? Go each. I'm pretty sure this is like the start of, potentially could be the start of your absolute downfall, your own hubris. These two. The back, we saw this guy back ago flashbacks, didn't we? Flashbacks. They weren't really flashbacks, were they? I guess they were flashbacks of this guy in a sense, but we saw this guy last episode. Nothing. No, it's nothing. Bunch of nothingness in there. It didn't even acknowledge it. It was that purely. That a raw ass egg. Hey, I think that's a bit of a rude word, isn't it? I'll say like puny is one thing, insignificant is another. Oh, again, unfortunate, but he was never. I mean, it's not. It might have been in his nature, but he was never nurtured at all to understand any of this. So I can't really blame him. Although he did come out of the womb eating his mum's boobs, so maybe it was his nature. A tiny quirk, never quite able to get it. So it's like a bar of soap. Keep rubber slipping out your hands. So what I do wonder is how many people has this man killed? I mean, just in that flashback, he killed at least like 70, right? 80. I think pretty much 50 of those being little babies. So honestly, I think it must be crazy number. Crazy number. Jesus. I do want to look at that one more time. You guys know I love a bit of this stuff. A bit of body horror type of stuff right here. I have seen some of the comparisons to the shot in the opening. I think it's of Shigaraki, or might actually be of All for One actually. But that kind of that weird. I don't even really know how to describe it, but I've seen like the comparisons, and obviously in the manga it looks crazily more detailed. I still think they've done a really good job in the anime, and I think people are like, yeah, you know what, they can get away with that one because that is incredibly hard to animate. You'd assume so much anatomy. Yeah, I love this. Look at all these. Look at all these souls. All these people. Absorbed right here. It's very kind of berserk. Kind of reminds me of the chest in Nightmare on Elm Street 6. The one where he's got like three people out of his chest. It might have been three or four actually. Four. Think about I think it was Nightmare on Elm Street 4. Yeah, it reminds me of that. There's a really cool, if any of you guys are interested, there's a really cool kind of behind the scenes of how they do the effect, and there's like three naked actors just like pushing themselves through like a plastic kind of thing. It's a really cool effect. Looks a bit like this. So yes, actually, I assumed that was Shigaraki in the opening, but it's not. It's actually All for One. This fucking abomination right here. It does kind of give very what's it called? Oh, I forget his name. Yeah, it's very crazy. He is. He is. He's got to. Look at this Vulcan all en masse. Jesus, look at this thing. Joe, this would be so satisfying if this thing exploded. Really would. Or there, I mentioned Berserk, classic, the fucking flying eyeball, the Berserk classic. So again, it looks really good. Like I said a minute ago, it's nowhere near as detailed as the manga, but it does look really good. Oh god, man, this like really is getting so horrific, isn't it? Jesus. There's some horrible stuff right here. The name I was looking for a minute ago is Cronenberg. That's what it was. This is some like Cronenberg shit right here. Like I said a minute ago, it would be so satisfying just seeing this thing just go everywhere. It would be so satisfying. you're just you're just a background character. No, he says more screen time than you. I'm pretty sure. So animation is fucking insane as well, isn't it? Jesus. Hawks. That must be so annoying for him. Bro's pulling girls in fucking All for One's little quirk. Well, it really is so disgusting, isn't it? Like that, like I don't know about you guys, but that is infinitely him saying things like that is infinitely more disgusting than how he looks with the whole kind of amalgamation of whatever that is. There it is, those lovely meat chunks. Get absolutely destroyed, bro. Fair play back again, man. Holy crap. Again, this really is like he doesn't need it because he's already redeemed himself as a person, but this is like mass redemption for what happened in the earlier seasons when he did kind of betray us. Like this is like I mean, he's already kind of he didn't need to make up for that or anything, but this like really does like this is quite the turnaround after all that, isn't it? I think that's happening, bro. And if that doesn't happen, that does actually give us, I think, quite a bit of hope of actually reaching the kid within Shigaraki. That's an ironic, isn't it? Look how the tables have turned. Can't go without him now. Ah, yes. He's a baby. Let's go. I mean, what do you do here? I've been saying this the last few weeks. What happens when it turns into a baby? Like, you kind of want to like just step on him and squish him, but also you don't really want to kill a baby. I know it's not really a baby, but like it's still the image of a baby. I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know what I'd do here. I think a lot of people would just say and just kill him. But I think that's easier said than done. Look at it. I mean, it still looks a little gross, but it's a baby. It's sad. Oh crap. Boom. Oh Jesus! Got even he's gone even further back. What is it? Is he going to end up returning to nothing? Is it just going to be the end of himself? Yeah. Yeah. Well, we didn't need to, thank God. Again, I'm not. Even if I did, like, I know this might be. I don't know if it's controversial per se, but again, I think a lot of people would just say like, yeah, just kill him. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not sure if I could like. Maybe it's a bit extreme, but I'm not sure I could like live with myself after this. Like, no, yes, you use. I mean, Shigaraki's still here, so it's not like confirmed. But like, you save the day, blah blah blah. But then you've got to deal with the fact that you have the image of yourself killing a kid, even if it was the most evil, murderous fucking motherfucker ever. It's that whole thing of like when people say they'd go back in the past and like shoot Hitler as a child. Like, would you be able to do that? At the end of the day, yes, you know what you'll become, but you're kind of facing a fucking yeah. I don't know. I don't know, man. So yeah, lucky you didn't have to do that. Lucky Bakugo doesn't have to have that burden. So yes, I've done the right thing in that moment, but I just can't get that image out of my head of me booting a baby halfway across the sea. But there also, just because this is like, this might sound a bit sadistic, but just because that is all for one, there would have been something quite entertaining about him seeing getting booted halfway across the sea. You done it for a second, don't worry. Good fucking job, Bakugo. Again, it's just amazing how Bakugo end up being the one to take him down after everything that's happened. Incredible work. I gotta say I mean, it's hard because I was a little bit disappointed. The only thing I can say I was disappointed at was the explosion. It still looked really good, but they didn't quite go as gory as I wanted to. I mean, I say this like they probably. I'm not sure if there's like, I imagine there's like a rating system they have to abide by. They're already pretty loosey with that, to be honest, with just the amount of disgustingness we saw in this episode. So I don't know why they didn't also go further with that, but it does feel like they maybe had to be a little bit careful with that, maybe. But yeah, I would want to see like an X-rated version of that explosion right there. Like that would be cool as fuck. But yeah, awesome episode. That was probably my only little, not even really a massive complaint, but just like a personal preference. But yeah, another great episode. Nice bit of backstory. Still not sure why people were so pissed off that people didn't remember the Chinese glowing baby. But still not really sure how that had much significance other than the fact of what All For One done to those children. Doesn't seem like a massively important thing, right? I mean, very disturbing. Don't get me wrong, but it doesn't seem like it's like massively plot entwined or anything. Maybe I'm missing something, but what? Did I read that right? Did I just say that just say he steals all for one for all? Oh, not in general. Okay, but a singular quirk from one of the previous users of one for all gets stolen by Sugar. I was quite scared for a second there. I thought that I read that as he just stole it in general. It was terrible. So yeah, it is just Shigaraki. I said this a minute ago. That was massive because I think if he did take the switch, I mean things was probably over if the switch did happen anyway. But also that slight chance that we can get through to Shigaraki, that child within him, that those flashbacks we saw in the past couple seasons, that shows that there is a kid to be kind of addressed here. There is issues to be faced. There is a chance we can get through to him. That would have just been gone. So yeah, that would have been an absolute disaster. So quite a bit of hope gained from this, not just in terms of like killing one all for one, but like it actually does a lot for the Shigaraki fight as well, in a positive way. Yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Again, really good episode today. Nice bit of backstory here. Again, very disturbing, very messed up. I almost feel like what I mentioned with the explosion things. I said this a minute ago about All for One. The most disturbing and the most kind of rotten part is like some of the parts where with All for One just kind of being himself. So they're like the most disgusting parts, like the gore and the horrible amalgamations of body parts and such. They're actually a lot less disturbing than that. So I do feel like yeah, it's not like too much of a big thing if they go a bit further with like the gore and so on. But yeah, definitely I think we can definitely understand how this kid turned out the way he did. Very extreme, but as I keep saying, like the conditions he was born under and had to survive in and live in. Literally, the first thing he'd do was suck his mum's teat so much that he ended up biting through it and then feeding off her. It's like, yeah, you can, yeah. Things make sense. What doesn't make sense is how his brother ended up so nice. But I guess he was the one that kind of got the short end of the stick. Like I think it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? But yeah, as messed up as it is, it's almost like I'm very glad he's kind of put out of his misery in a sense. Like, what kind of life is it? Like leading a life that he's lived for this long as well. Like, yeah, it's almost like a mercy kill in a sense. Maybe he should have been done sooner, but yeah, it's actually nice that he's dead. You wouldn't really say about anyone other because he's a villain. You say that, but like, yeah, imagine like losing. It's hard to work. You can't tell, but having like no humanity and such like this, it's like, is life ever really worth living if you live it the way All for One does? I wouldn't say so. So it's almost like mercy that we killed him, to be honest. Um, yeah, this was fucked up. This scene right here. Like I said, I'm still not sure really the significance of this. Like, why is this so significant? Seemingly, why do people get so pissed off about this? Like I said, I feel like it almost feels a bit like the scene in Star Wars episode. I don't remember what episode it is, but you know, Anakin goes and kills all those little Jedi babies. Um, Padawans. It's yeah, quite similar to that. But yeah, I did like how this kind of this insignificant quirk really did get the best of him this whole time, and ended up kind of turning the tables by the end, didn't it? Him so desperate for his brother back. It's quite hilarious. But yeah, some really nice action sequences again. I said this last week, but this is definitely the best the series has looked. I think someone actually brought up on Twitter the fact that most likely because I think this is the first season in a while that they haven't been producing a movie alongside the production of the TV series. So that's probably why they have all their resources filtered into one thing. The movies look fantastic and a lot better than the main series in many cases. So I always kind of wondered about that. I imagine the movies do make a lot of money, so it probably is worth pouring a lot of resources into. Maybe more money than the TV series, who knows, probably. And that's why they've done that. But it always did feel a bit like, why can't you just put that here? And they're doing that this season, and it's looked pretty incredible the whole time. Some really awesome sequences here with Bakugo. Even this, again, I know it's not as detailed, but for an anime where it does like simplify designs and artwork and so on, this does look really incredible. A lot of the kind of anatomy here. And again, as I said earlier, I love this kind of stuff. I love this kind of fucked up shit. Yeah, some horrific stuff. Like if I was a kid watching this, could you imagine seeing like these faces like this? Like this shit. If I was like 10 years old watching this shit would haunt me, and it did when I was younger. Yeah, some haunting stuff right there. Love this little cameo from Hawks as well. Picking up girls inside of Awful One. Like Jesus Christ, what a guy. And yeah, satisfied end as well. I was gonna say I'm not sure I would have felt satisfied seeing a baby get like killed like that. So I'm glad that did end the way it did. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comments. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy it, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. Like I said, I got to apologise because I do feel a little bit ill, but yeah, had a blast today. Very much glad to see more Shigaraki and Deku next week. See you guys then, and have a good one.